Hello everybody, this is Dedra with Paper Crafts and Planners, and I had somebody send me a link the other day to an inexpensive planner on Amazon, actually by this company, and it got me thinking that I show this planner. This is the planner I use. This is the planner I'm loving right now, and it is a very goals-oriented planner. It has a lot of bells and whistles to it, but it is a quarterly planner, so you're committing to, if you're going to keep it up, buying one each quarter. And it is really good quality, really nicely made, but maybe you don't have the funds for that right now. Or maybe you're just want to get your first paper planner, see what it's all about, see if it works for you, and go from there. And so I looked on Amazon. I found this planner and this planner. This one I think is $19.99. This one is $14.99. These were the least expensive that I thought still were kind of good quality. So I didn't go any cheaper than that. But I mean, you can go to Walmart and get a little pocket planner if you want. That's even less expensive. But I think if you're going to dive into paper planners, you want to use them, at least give them a really good try this first go around for you. Or if you've been using a paper planner and you need something less expensive right now, maybe one of these will work for you. And also stick around to the end because I'm going to do a giveaway of each of these planners. And I'll tell you how you can enter the giveaway at the end of this video. So this is by Box Clever Press. It's a motivational goals planner. And it has some really nice features. First of all, this closure I like. It has 2 ribbon markers so you can mark where you are. It has a pin closure, or a pin holder, I should say. And it has some stickers in the back. I'm going to be honest and say I don't understand these stickers with all the different shapes, but maybe you'd get some use out of them. But it has some other nice ones where you can mark activities, first day of school, the day out, night out, birthdays. It's got plenty of birthdays, I think. Things to remember, that kind of thing. So these are nice to have. And then it has a little instruction sheet. And by the way, this is a nice gusseted pocket too. I really do like that. Okay, so let's get into this one. It has nice quotes throughout. I'm not a big fan of this binding, mostly because sometimes you've got a page that won't go all the way down flat, and then sometimes you have a page that will. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's fine. You can still use it. So it's got this nice quote here. I do like the colors. I prefer a more neutral, but this has got some pretty colors to it. I will say I don't understand this ribbon because it doesn't match any of the colors, either of these ribbons, but they are pretty. They just don't match anything. Okay, so it says the first thing you want to do is do a reflection of your life. Strengths and weaknesses, what makes you happy, what am I passionate about, where do I want to go forward in my life. Then it's got this little balance, and I've only seen these of I think they would call them a 10-point life or a balanced 10 life. This one has 8. So what you would do is come up with different areas of your life. This one says family, money, fitness. There are 8 of them. So you might want to do different relationships, friends, family, maybe even spouse or your main relationship, your career, if you have a side hustle, finances, your house, maybe you've got some big projects coming up. So what they want you to do is write those different areas and then rate them at the beginning of your year or wherever you're starting, from 0 to 10. Where are you right now? And then it's got a little graph showing on here. And then you're going to go forward and do a vision board. And they've got pictures and they've got visions of where they want to be at the end of the 12 months, 5 years, 10 years. It has 4 sections. So I might do like, where do you want to be at the end of the first quarter? Or you could even split this up, quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 years, 10 years, or 3 years, 5 years, however you want to do that. And then it has this little goal setting area, and they've got some mind mapping showing, which I do love doing that, mind mapping. And then here's goal 1. Once I've achieved this goal, it will mean whatever. And then I love how they've broken it down into the 4 quarters for the year. So you are not looking at this as a year and then, I follow the 12-week year mentality, where you want to set quarterly goals. You want to have visions that go beyond that, but you want to set quarterly goals so you are not coming up in November and realizing, oops, I didn't lose 30 pounds. I better hustle the rest of the year, right? So you're splitting it up into quarters so you can get it accomplished. And here's goal 2. And I believe there are 8 of them, but let me see if I'm remembering that right. 7, 8. Yes, there are 8 of them. And then here are your goals and projects for the first quarter. So achieved reward. I love that. So maybe besides your goals, you've got some projects which are like, you know what you want your household to look like. You know it's at a 2 right now. So maybe the first thing is you want to paint a couple of rooms, or you want to go on a decluttering binge for this quarter. You want to get so many bags of junk out of your house. This is a great project area to mark those down. Okay, first quarter, goals and projects split out for the first quarter. Well, it seems repetitious, doesn't it? This seems a little repetitious, but oh, okay, I get it. This is for the quarter. This is for the first month of that quarter. Okay, and here is your month. It is undated, so you can start it whenever you want to. Here are your notes for the month, which I like to put what are my top things that I hope to accomplish this month. You know what your quarterly are. You know what your monthly goals are. Split those up here so you can see what you want to do. The weekly looks like this. It is a horizontal week. I like that each day has the same amount of room, but it is a week on 2 pages. So you've got your action points that you want to accomplish this week. You've got your to-do list for this week. You've got your most important tasks for this week. You've got a nice habit tracker, and you've got your goals. So you've got your yearly, your quarterly, your monthly, and now you're going to split it up into your weekly. I really like that. I think that keeps you on your toes with what you want to accomplish. And really, for me, this would be more tasks that lead up to those goals, but however you wanted to do that. And it has 5 weeks for every month, so plenty of room. And then at the end, it has a nice quote. And then here is your summary for that month. How did you do? Things I'm grateful for, things I learned, my best achievements, what should I improve next month? And then it has a recap. You'd put your habits down here. How did you do each of these weeks? I think that's great. For me, I don't know if I put a check mark or none. I might put it like a percentage, like 20%, 30%, come up with something like that. So you can see that you did it, but maybe you weren't completely 100% on point. And then your comments for the month. And then here are your goals and projects going forward for the next month. And here's your month at a glance. Same thing. It goes all the way like that. And then it has your monthly summary for that 3rd month. And then it has a reflection for the quarter. And then it has another one of these balance pie charts, I guess you'd call it, with your different eight areas of your life. And you're going to, again, rate them between 0 and 10. So you can see what progress you made, or maybe one of them you went down in. Hopefully not. But you can see how you're doing and check in every quarter on that. I really do like that. Okay, here's your goals and projects for quarter 2. Your goals and projects for the first month. And it goes through like that. And then after the 4th quarter and the monthly summary, you have a nice little section here, which I really liked. Here's your summary of the year. Where are you sitting in these same things at the end of the year? And here's a nice area to write some notes or mind map on how you did, however you want to go about checking in for the year. And then you've got goals for next year. So mapping out some great things you want to do for next year. Plans for next year. And this is 12. There are 12 different areas. You can mark it out for the 12 months. You can mark it out for the different areas of your life, however you want to do that. And then it has a lot of note pages. Probably what I would use all these note pages for is either to index them for things that I thought of as I went along. Maybe I'd do that with about half of them. So like if I'm coming up with gift ideas for my grandchildren, and one day I think of it, I might write it. I might have an index here that says gift ideas for grandkids, and then mark the pages where I came up with that. Maybe I put it on my weekly pages, and then I know where to look for that. These other note pages I probably would use as like a brain dump or a running to-do list, which it could be both. So this is where you're pulling your to-dos for each week, each day from this, if you want to, each month, however you want to do that. I like that it has 2 ribbon closures, because then you can have one on your weekly and one on your monthly, so you can flip back and forth. Or maybe you want one on your goals page for the month or the quarter, and then one on your weekly that you're working on. So this is a really good planner, especially for the price. Like I said, I think it's $19.95. Okay, this is the second planner I looked at. This one's a little less expensive, and there are a few reasons for that. This one I believe was $14.95, so $15. So it's a 2021, so that means it is dated. And I apologize because I'm going to keep this giveaway open for the rest of the month of January. And so you'll be missing a month when you start this, but I still think you'll get some good use out of it. Okay, you can see right away that these pages are thinner than the other planner because you're seeing all the writing the other side. So it talks about how to sort of plan out and check in, which is kind of cool. Where are you with your wellness and your gratitude, or where do you want to be? So let's take a look at those blank pages. Oh, it has all your holidays for 2021 and 2022. And these look like, yes, they're all pretty much American holidays. And this is the 2021 at a view and the 2022 at a view. I will say this other planner, that Box Clever, I believe that's out of the UK. So they don't have a lot of showing you your holidays already, but I think you can look those up fairly easily. Okay, here's your checking in. And I guess this is where you were supposed to kind of come up with your goals or your ideas, wellness, gratitude. And this month, what do you want to start? What do you want to quit? What do you want to keep up? And here are some notes. So it doesn't have quite the in-depth look at your life that the Box Clever planner has, but I do think that that this is sufficient for some people if you're just diving into paper planning. Okay, the months look like this. They do have lines on them, which is a nice feature. And your little don't forget over here. And the holidays are already in there for American holidays anyway. It, again, is a horizontal weekly. It is a week on 2 pages because they've given you extra room for each week. I mean, each day. But Saturday and Sunday are together, which I'm not a big fan of because I work on those days. But if you don't, you might like that. And this don't forget section is kind of nice. Maybe you want to put your most important tasks for the week down here and then write your appointments up here, and then whatever task you accomplish, you can just keep checking it off down here, however you want to work that. And it goes all the way through like that to the end of the month. And then again, it has a checking in, wellness, gratitude, and the same page here as you start off the next month. I will say one thing about it is if you do not like this tropical print, you're out of luck because this is a tropical print planner and it is the same. I mean, it's pretty, but it is the same all the way through. So, and then February looks the same. And then let's go to all the way to the back after December. Here's the last of December. It does not have another check-in after the end of the year, but it has a few note pages. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this one's not double-sided. So 5 note pages, and it has a little pocket back here, kind of a thin pocket with double-sided. So you've got room on both sides. There are no stickers with this or anything, but like I said, it is a less expensive planner. I guess if I were going to use this planner, I would need another notebook, maybe the same size, to use as like a brain dump, goal setting, mind mapping, because I think this is not enough room in the back to have these 5 sheets. But if you're out and about with your planner and you think of something, this is a great place to mark it down until you get home and you can kind of figure out where in your life that fits. You've just had an idea and you don't want to keep it in your head. You know, what is that? David Allen says, your head is not for keeping ideas, right? It doesn't work very well for me. The older I get, it works even less. So I think this is a good planner, especially for the money, $14.99. That's a good price. And this one has more bells and whistles. It's a smaller planner, by the way. This one is 7 by 9.25 inches. And this one's an I think they call it an A5 size, which I can't remember is what, like 5.5 by 8 or something, 8.3, something like that is what it is. But it's a nice size to put in your purse. You could fit both of these probably in a work bag for sure. This one, I will say, I don't know if you've noticed, but the holographic, this is supposed to be holographic. I don't know that is. And it already came scratched like that. So those are the trade-offs with less expensive planners, I think. The binding so far, I will say on this one, seems nice though, because that occasionally is a trade-off also, that the binding, especially with the coils, are not very nice. But I think these are both great, and I will link to both of them below. If you would like to enter to win one of these, I'm going to put everybody's name who enters into my little bowl I use every time I pick someone out. I'll show you all the names, put them in there, and draw 2 out. The first person I draw will have a pick of which planner they would like. The second person will get the planner that the other person doesn't prefer. Though, like I said, I think they're both good planners. But if I don't hear from someone within 10 days, then I will be going down the list. So I will just draw another name out and pick another person to give the planner to if I don't hear from you in 10 days. So the way you need to enter is, first of all, you need to be a subscriber to this channel. Secondly, you need to like the video. And thirdly, you need to leave a comment, just a brief, why I'd like to have a paper planner or why I'd like to have one of these planners. That's it, nothing complicated. And then at the end of the month, and I will, let's look at January 31st. What day of the week is that? It is a Sunday. So that works for me. I will probably, what I'll do is draw on Monday, February 1st. And then if within 10 days I don't hear from someone, I will go ahead and draw another name. But I like to give some people, usually I hear right away from somebody, but I like to give people a little bit of a chance. But if you're the second person on the list and the first person doesn't get with me, then I'll give you the choice of the planner and so on. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed seeing some less expensive planners on the market. Like I said, I'll link to the one I use, of course, because I do prefer it. And I'll link to these also so you can take a look at them on Amazon. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy planning.